Hello everyone, this is Ankit Jain. I welcome you all to my channel Take Journey with Ankit. This is part 2 of our platform event series. In the first part, we discussed what is platform event, how the platform event is different than the change data capture. Also, we have discussed how we can define the platform event in the Salesforce platform. Now, in this part, we will be discussing few more concepts where we'll be discussing in detail about how you can publish the platform event, what all the different options that are available in the Salesforce platform to publish the platform event. We will try to explore all these options one after the other. So let's go over the agenda for the today's session. So first thing that we'll be discussing in today's session where we'll be recapping our part 1. After that we will explore what all the different options available to publish the platform event. Next we discuss that how you can publish the platform event with the help of flows, how you can publish the platform event with the help of Apex programming, and how you can publish the platform event with the help of Salesforce API as well. And in the last, we again have the demo part where we'll be trying to implement or try to publish our events with the help of Flow, Apex, as well as with the help of API. Right? So first thing, let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the first session. Again, platform events, it is nothing but a product of the streaming API. So streaming API basically have the two products. One is the change data capture, which I already covered in the different series. If you like to explore what is change data capture, how the change data capture can be used, how the change data capture is different than the platform event, then I will recommend you guys that you guys go and check the change data capture series as well. In this session, we are exploring specifically about the platform event. So platform event is again the another integration product of a streaming API that we used on the Salesforce platform. This platform event, it is based on the event driven architecture. In the event driven architecture, we do have one event bus in between where the different publishers will publish the message and the different subscribers will subscribe the message as well. So more than one publisher can publish the message on this event bus, and more than one subscribers can subscribe to this event bus to receive that message as well. In the today's session, we will see how the publisher can publish the message on the event bus. In the upcoming session, we will also explore how the subscribers can subscribe the message from the event bus. Again, you can use this platform event to do the communication in between the Salesforce platform, or you can also use the platform event to do the communication outside the Salesforce org as well. Again, we will be exploring both the scenarios. We will be exploring in this series how you can do the communication inside the Salesforce platform as well as outside the Salesforce platform. As I mentioned in my first part, this is the slide that is very important not only from the certification point of view but also from the interview point of view as well. So you should definitely know these slides very well whenever you are preparing for any any interview or any certifications, right? So key points that you should know about the platform event. Platform events always appended with underscore underscore e, right? Your platform event is always append with underscore underscore e. Like your custom objects, it appends with underscore underscore c. Your platform events, they are always appended with underscore underscore e. Unlike your custom objects, you cannot make a query to the platform event through SOQL or SOSL. There is no way where you can query the data and check what all different data is available in the platform event through SOQL or SOSL. Another key point here is you cannot use your platform event in the reports, in the list views, and also you cannot use the global search to search the platform event. Another point here is your platform event does not have any associated tab. Like your custom object, you go and create the custom object tabs. Similarly, the same thing you cannot do for the platform event. Another key point here is once the platform event is published, for example, your publisher have published the platform event to the event bus. Now there is no way to roll back that publish. Now there is no way that you can go and roll back that publish from the event bus. Once published, that means it is already committed on the event bus. There is no way you can go and perform the rollback from there. Another key point about the platform event field, like you have in the past session, we have created the platform event and also we have added the custom fields as well. We discussed that on the platform event we do have the four standard fields and also we can add the custom fields as well, right? So whatever the data that you are populating in the custom fields of the platform event, the complete data is read only. Another key point here is only after insert triggers are supported in the platform event. Another key point here is you can access your platform event API as well as declaratively. In the first part, I have shown you both the ways to access the platform event, how you can access the platform event with the help of APIs and how you can access it declaratively. Another key point about the platform event here is you can control the accessibility of the platform event through profiles as well as the permissions. Now, let's start with the agenda for today. Here in today's session, we will be exploring what all the different options available to publish the platform event. So in Salesforce platform, we do have the three major options available with the help of which we can publish the platform event. There is actually one more with the help of process builder also you can do it. But as we all know, process builder is going to depreciate in the nearby future. That's why I'm not considering that in the list. Right? So in total, we do have the four different options. One is the flow, second is the process builder, third is the Apex, and fourth is the API. As the process builder is not recommended and flows is the recommended automation tool, we will be discussing how you can publish it with the help of flows, how you can publish it with the help of Apex, and how you can publish it with the help of APIs as well. So let's get started with the flows first. So whenever you have to publish your event message with the flows, what you have to do here is you have to go and create the create record element, right? Like on the flows, if you all know that under the data unit there are different data units option available, like the create record, update record, and the get record. From there, if we have to publish the message on the platform event, the key thing that we have to do here is here we have to use the create record element, and in that create record element you can specify your event name and populate all the fields that you want to publish. It is more like creating the record on the custom object, right? It is one and the same thing. Another key point here is you can publish messages from the screen flow as well as from the automated processes as well. It's not like you can only do it from any one type of a flow. You can publish the messages with the flow from both the screen flow as well as from the automated process flow as well. Next thing here is how you can publish the message with the help of Apex. What all the different things that you should take care while publishing the message from the Apex. First thing that you have to do here is here you have to go and define your event. Like we go and define our custom object, similarly we have to go and define our event. Right? In case we have to send more than one messages in the event, then you can also use the collection here. Right? In case there is only one message that you have to send, then you can use the without collection as well. As we are using the collection, we are using here the add field and populating all the different fields that we have to populate for this custom object, Now the next thing that we have to do here is whenever my platform event is ready, now to publish the message we have to use the method event bus dot publish. Whenever we have to publish the message with the help of Apex, we have to use the method event bus dot publish, and here you can specify all the messages that you want to publish. One key thing, folks, I have seen majority of the people do have this misconception that as soon as the message is publishing, right, uh, and they are validating the result here. Right here, for example, I'm validating the result with the help of database.save result. Always remember that this event bus dot publish thing, it will only queue your message on the event bus. It is not specific to that your message is published. It's a two-step process. Event bus dot publish, it is only useful, or this method will only queue the result. Not only this, here on the flow also, if you are creating the record to the flow element, it will only queue the result. It will not publish the result. In the next part on the platform event series, I will cover that part as well, how you can validate whether the platform event is published or not. So what we are doing here, if we are using this event bus dot publish, our platform event will be queued here, right? It will be queued, and here we are checking that whether the queued operation is successful or not. Here if you check, I highlighted here, this is success means it will check that my publish request is queued in the Salesforce or not. Again, I am repeating, queuing the platform event and publishing the platform event is the two separate process. Event bus dot publish, it will only queue your platform event. It will not publish your platform event, right? As soon as the entries are available, based on the entries available in the queue, it might take some time or it might be immediately as well, but it will always publish asynchronously, right? It will always publish asynchronously. So the publish request, whatever you are doing here, it will be queued in the Salesforce, and event message is always published asynchronously. For example, you have published the event. After that, here you can check with the help of database.save result whether the publish request is queued or we are getting any error during the queuing. We are getting any error during the queuing. Okay, again I am repeating. First, define the platform event, populate the fields, use the publish method to publish the event, and after that you can validate the result. Next thing here is, as we are writing down here the apex, it is mandatory or it's a good practice to go and write down the test classes based on the organization code coverage, right? So for example, here I am publishing the platform event in the apex. So how you should go and write down the code coverage for that? Only one small thing that you have to take care: whenever you are publishing the message from your test class, you have to make sure that you are publishing your code in between the start test as well as the stop test. Again, I am repeating, whenever you are publishing the event message from the test class, you have to make sure that you are doing this with the help of task test.start test and the test.stop test. So we have to make sure that the publish statement is enclosed within the test.start test and the test.stop test statement, right? So what this statement will do in the test context, the event bus dot publish method, it will enqueue the publish operation. So if the control is here, what is happening here? Operation is enqueued, and as soon as this test dot stop test is executed, right, the event publishing and the event message will be delivered to the event bus. So at this stage your message will be queued, and at this stage your message will be delivered to the event bus. So whatever the validations that you have to do, you should do all those validations after the test dot stop test. So whatever the assert statement that you have to write, always write down those assert statements with the help of after the test dot stop test only. Okay, so this is how you should go and write down the apex class, and this is how you should go and test it. Moving towards the next part, how you can publish the event message with the API. Again, you can use the different types of Salesforce API to publish the platform event. You can do that with the help of SOAP API, you can do that with the help of REST API, and you can also do that with the help of bulk API as well, right? So whenever you have to send, for example, let's say any external system wants to send the platform event to the Salesforce, they can use any of these API. So what should be the endpoint for the API, right? In case you are using the REST API, then you have to use the endpoint slash services slash data followed by the version followed by the S object followed by the event name. If you check this path is somewhat similar what we use to create the record in the Salesforce object, right? Only thing here is, rather than we go and use the Salesforce object, we are using the event name here. For example, this is my event name, right? So, and another key point here is, to insert the record, we have to send the post request, right? For example, your operation is successful. Again, how the Salesforce will let you know that your operation is now queued. Here the status code will be operation queued. The operation queued indicate that this operation is asynchronous, and here the success is equal to true means your operation is successfully queued. Again, I am repeating, queuing the platform event and publishing the platform event is both are separate process. Here it will only ensure that your operation is successfully queued. How to make sure that your platform event is published, I will make sure that I am putting those details in the part 3. So make sure that you guys should check out the part 3 as well. Again, in case your platform event is not successful, then the error message details will be populated. This message is nothing but the event UUID field. In the part 1, I discussed in detail what is the event UUID field. right? So this message is nothing but the event UUID field, that is a standard field available on the platform event. So before we move towards the demo part, these two tools needs to be expected with you. I already covered the streaming monitor in the part one, but let me take you on the streaming monitor one more time. Streaming monitor is nothing but the out of the box tool that Salesforce have provided, with the help of which you can monitor your streaming APIs, and Postman is the tool that we use for the API testing. So again, if you are directly following the part 2, make sure that you are installing this streaming monitor from the app exchange, right? It's a free tool. You don't have to pay in a single penny to get this tool. Get this installed on your machine, and I will recommend go over this video as well, where they have briefed how you can use this tool for the streaming API testing. Okay, so we will be using these two tools in our demo as well. So let's move towards the demo part, where I will show you one after the other how you can publish the platform event with the help of Flow. After that, I will show you how you can do that with the help of Apex. And in the end, I will show you how you can do that with the help of API as well. So first thing, I am doing this with the help of Flow. So again, in my example, I am taking the screen flow. You can take any other type of input as well. You can do this with the help of auto launch flow as well, or you can do that with the help of screen flow as well. So here I am taking a screen flow for the demo purpose. So also I am opening the platform event that I have created in the part 1. So for that, I am navigating to the platform event, and this is the platform event that I have created in the part 1. Right? So let me take the option of screen flow. I do have my screen. For example, uh, let's say here in my platform event, I have to populate these two fields, office number as well as generate invoice. So I'm taking these two types of input here. First is the text input, and here you can give any name. I'm simply giving here the name as order number, or let me give the name here as input order number. Okay, and another field that I am creating here, it is of type checkbox, and I am putting the label here as input generate invoice, right? So these are the two fields that I do have. Let me give the label to the screen, platform event using flow. And coming to the footer part, I am taking out the previous button. I am taking out this pause button as well, and here I am replacing it. Again, it is not mandatory. I am just doing it for the better demo purpose. Here I am putting the label as publish event, right? Nothing is mandatory. And for the demo purpose, I am creating these two input fields and putting a button, right? For example, user clicked on this button, then what I have to do, I have to go and perform the publish event operation. As I said on my slides as well, whenever you have to publish the event message using the flow, use the create record element. So here I am using the create record element and naming this as the publish event using flow, right? Only one event, for example, that I want to publish. So here you will go and select the record from what kind of record you want to publish the event. uh, so my component name here is order detail. So here I am looking for the, sorry, I should take this option use separate resource, and here I am taking the option of order detail underscore underscore e. Again, I am repeating underscore underscore e means nothing but your platform event. So here I am taking my platform event. Now here, whatever the different fields that I want to populate, I can populate those fields one after the other. First field that I am populating here is the order number. Let's say order number I am taking from the screen input, And the next field that I am taking up here is the generate invoice. Generate invoice also I am taking from the screen input as well, right? So I do have these two fields in which I am populating the data. Let me go and save this. So publish platform event. I am saving the flow, and let's go and validate the functionality. Again, to validate whether the events are triggered or not, I am using the streaming monitor. If you are installing from the streaming monitor for the first time, to get that launch, you have to take your app launcher and search for the streaming monitor there. Right now I am subscribing to the platform event that we have created. So here I am clicking on subscribe to a channel, selecting the event type as the custom platform event, selecting the event name as the order detail, and clicking on subscribe button so that I can check whether my events are published successfully or not. So to publish the event, I am clicking on this debug button, clicking on run. Let me input the value. I am putting the order number here as, for example, ORD 1000, and checking this checkbox as well and clicking on publish event. Here you can see that my record is created successfully and my transaction is also committed. If I go and check here, you can see the one entry is coming up here. That means my order is published successfully. Under the order, you can see that I do have the order 1000 and I do have this generate invoice flag value as true, right? So this is how folks you can publish your platform event using the flow. Now let's move towards another approach for publishing the platform event, that is with the help of Apex. So in the case of Apex, we have to define the event, we have to populate the fields, and then we have to perform the publish operation. So to do that, I'm navigating back to my editor. Here I'm creating one Apex class, naming that Apex class as publish platform event. And in this class, again, you can give any name to the class, the name doesn't matter. And here I am creating one method. Again, you can create a method with any name. So here I am creating one static method of return type void and putting the method name as publish platform event demo. In this method, I am writing down the logic to first define the platform event. So here I am putting as the platform event. So the name of my platform event is order detail, right? So again, I want to publish more than one events here. That is the reason I'll be using the collection. So here I go and define the list of order events. So order detail list event is equal to new of list of order detail, right? So I have done the define part. Now I want to add the multiple entries to my event. It is the same way that we do for the S objects, right? So I am creating the multiple entries and adding the entries with the help of dot add method. And I want to add the entries for the order detail. So here I am putting the new order detail. Now whatever the fields that I have to populate, I can go and define those fields here. So the first field that I have to populate here is the order number. So I am putting order number, for example, as 2000. And the second thing I am putting here is a generate invoice. So let me go and put this generate invoice flag value as false. You can keep the value as true, that doesn't matter. Like this, here I can go and add the multiple order entries. So I am putting this 3 4. For one of the value I am putting this value as 3, right? So the we according to our business logic, we can have the data populated in the platform event. Only thing we have to make sure here is we are populating that data in the platform event fields, right? Once my platform event fields are populated here, now the next thing that I have to do here is I have to go and publish this event, right? To publish the event, we have to use the event bus dot publish method. And here we have to pass the platform event name that we have to publish, whether the events are properly queued or not. So we can validate with the help of database dot save result, right? And I'm storing that result into the list collection because there are more than one platform event record that I am sending. So that's why I'm putting under this collection, and I'm giving the collection name here as the SR list. Now in this, what I will do, I will iterate over this SR list and validate whether the events are published successfully or not. So to do that, I am using the for database dot save result, the same thing that I have to iterate. Let me give the name here as SR item followed by the SR list. Now here I am checking whether the operation is successful or not. To do that, I am using the method is success. If is success is executed, that means our operation is successful. So here I am putting the system dot debug. Let's say here I put that operation or platform event publish successfully, right? In the case of errors, I am printing that error details. So to access that error detail, we do have the database dot error. Sorry, we do have the sr item dot get errors. What this method will return? This method will return the list of database dot error. So let's say here I am putting the error list in which I am storing all those details. Now the next thing that I am doing here is I am iterating over this error list and printing the error details of error list. Printing the error detail of error list. Now to print the error message, here I am using the system.debug and error details. So let me put here error detail dot get message. Right? If you want, you can access the specific field details as well. But I hope you guys can easily do it by simply adding the few more error details here. Right? So I'm keeping it short. So let's say this is the way we are validating whether my event message is properly queued or not. Right? So first I have defined the platform event, added the data to my platform event, done the publish operation, and after that I am performing the validation. Let's go and deploy this, and after that we will check whether the operation is successful or not. So to execute this, again I am taking the help of the anonymous window. So I am navigating to my project. Under this project you might see the, in your project also you will see one section which is referred as the scripts, right? So expand the script, expand the apex. This is nothing but your anonymous window in the Visual Studio Code that you can execute. So what I have to execute? I have to execute this thing. So let me go ahead and remove this completely, putting the publish platform event followed by the method name, right? Now how to execute it? They have already given the steps here. To execute that, you have to select the test, take the Control Shift P, type the anonymous, and select the option as execute anonymous apex with the currently selected text. If you want, you can also execute the same thing from the developer console, but I'm comfortable with this here. That's why I'm doing it from here. Now let's go here and validate whether we can see the platform event details or not. Now you can see that I do have another platform event details. So if I go and expand this, so this is the order 4000 that we have printed, right? So this is the, if I go and check, this is the ORD 4000. We should have few more event messages. If I check this one, this is the ORD 1000. This is from our flow and this is from our Apex as well. To check all those messages, you can take switch to the tabular view, and here you can see all the three messages that we have sent for 2000, 3000, as well as for the 4000. Let me zoom this. If you want to check the payload, again you can open the payload and you can check that this is for order 4000, generate invoice value. We have set that as the false. Similarly, here you can go and validate for the order 4000, the generate invoice value is false. So we do have all the three event messages that we have sent from our Apex class, right? I hope you guys understood how we can publish the event message with the help of Apex classes. Now the third option to publish the Apex classes, sorry, to publish the platform event is with the help of API. So to publish that, I am again taking the help of the Postman. So I am using the Postman as the tool. Again, in case you folks are not familiar how to configure the Postman. Make sure that you guys are checking out this video. Here I have put the detailed step-by-step instruction how you can use the Postman cloud version to connect to the Salesforce and then do your testing. So I'm logging to the cloud version of the Postman. For that, simply type the postman.com. Again, I'm not navigating through all the steps. What I have done for that, the expectation here is you guys will go and check out that video. I'm selecting my workspace here, and the next thing that I will do here is I will authenticate the Postman with the my org. So I'm selecting this workspace, selecting the Salesforce platform API, taking the option of authorization, how to create the fork, how to create the workspace. I already explained in detail in the one video. So make sure that if you are not familiar to check out that. So I'm getting the new access taken, making it allowed, clicking on proceed, taking the option of use token. Right now I have connected my Postman with my org. Now let's go and perform some publish part with the help of Postman as well. So to do that, again I'm navigating to the rest folder, looking for the S object. And here, if you recall, to publish with the help of to publish this with the help of Post API, I mentioned that we have to use the services data followed by the version S objects followed by the event name, right? And this is the service that we will be using, that is the S object create. If you check again the endpoint for this service, it is the same endpoint services slash data version S object, and here you can specify your S object API name. So first I am navigating to the parameter. Here I am passing my platform event name. So my platform event name is order detail underscore underscore e. So here I pass the S object API name. Now the next thing that I have to pass here is the body. So how to prepare the body? In the body, whatever the fields that we do have here that we have to populate, we have to populate those fields. So for example, I am putting here the order number, and let me go and put the order number here as 5000. And the second thing that I have to populate here, for example, generate invoice. So here I am putting the generate invoice, and the value that I have to send to the generate invoice is true. So two things that we have to populate. First is the parameter, second is the body. We have to make sure that the method is post, and this is the rest endpoint. Now let me go and send this request. The expectation here is we should get the body something like this where the success is true, and we should get the operation enqueued as the status code. Again, if you go and check this, let me go. You can see that I do have the ID. Success is true. Status code is coming up as operation enqueued. Status code is coming up as operation enqueued. That means my operation, my event message is successfully queued for publishing. Again, if I navigate to the streaming monitor, you can see that one more entry is added here for the order number 5000. Right? That means our message is published successfully. You can also check that on the timeline, and here you will see that one more entry is available for the order 5000 with the generate invoice flag value as true. You can use either of this approach, table or the timeline, that doesn't matter. Both are for the view purpose to validate the data. Right? I hope you guys understood how we can publish the message with the help of flow, how we can publish it with the help of Apex, and how we can publish it with the help of API as well. Right? If you guys do have any queries, you can let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys found this session helpful, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well.